Power does not come from addition. It comes from subtraction. Not from gaining, but from shedding. Not from self-love, but from self-destruction. Friedrich Nietzsche did not speak of comfort. He spoke of fire, of death, of becoming. And his message is clear. If you want power, you must first commit the most sacred murder, the death of who you used to be. Not because that self was evil, but because it is no longer enough. Today, you will understand that becoming powerful is not a transformation, it is a funeral. Nietzsche's final goal was not destruction, it was transcendence. You do not kill who you were to vanish. You kill the old self to give birth to something higher. The Übermensch, the Overman. One who creates meaning, not consumes it. One who faces life without illusion or comfort. One who builds his morality from the ground up. One who does not follow, because he leads himself. You are not here to be better. You are here to be reborn. And rebirth is only possible when you bury the corpse of who you used to be. The Übermensch is not a title. It is a direction, a warpath, a personal revolution. You were raised to preserve yourself, to protect your identity, to cling to your personality as if it were sacred. But Nietzsche saw this as a trap. What you call self is often a story you didn't write, a mask shaped by fear, a set of limitations inherited from others. You protect the very thing that enslaves you. You defend your insecurities. You worship your trauma. You clutch your past as if it were your identity. But the truth is simple and brutal. You cannot rise while dragging a corpse, and your old self is dead weight. Power is reserved for those who are willing to betray who they once were, not out of hatred, but out of necessity. What does not kill me makes me stronger. Nietzsche. Everyone quotes it, few understand it. Nietzsche did not glorify pain, he respected it. He knew that to gain true power, you must be forged, like steel in fire. Pain strips away illusions. Suffering humbles your ego. Loss reveals what cannot be lost. Isolation shows you who you really are. You want strength, then walk into the fire voluntarily. The old self will scream, it will beg, it will cling. Let it burn. The fire does not destroy, it reveals, it purifies, it makes space for something new to rise. Suffering is not the enemy. Stagnation is. Power begins the moment you say, "That version of me is dead." This is not poetry, it is war. You must declare divorce from your old habits, your old fears, your need to be liked, your addiction to comfort, your identity as a victim, a follower, a sheep. You were conditioned to survive, not to thrive. To obey, not to question. To fit in, not to stand out. To become powerful, you must betray the tribe, betray the small version of yourself, and become the architect of your own becoming. This is not easy, it is painful. But it is sacred. You are not losing yourself. You are liberating yourself from the self that was never yours. Once the old self dies, what remains? The raw core, the will to power. Nietzsche's central idea was not domination over others, it was domination over the self. To shape your thoughts, to master your impulses, to create your own values, to walk alone with no apology, to turn suffering into structure, and chaos into creation. This is the highest act of power, a self-invention. You are not a slave to biology, not a victim of the past, not a product of culture. You are a force, but only if you claim it. And claiming it means standing over the ashes of who you were, and building, not from memory, but from vision. You were told to love yourself. But Nietzsche asks, which self? The self that's afraid? The self that apologizes for its existence? The self that seeks approval, permission, and safety? Kill that version. Let him die. Because power is not found in who you were. It lives in who you are willing to become. He who cannot obey himself will be commanded. You were not born to obey. You were born to create, to become, to overcome. So ask yourself, are you willing to bury who you were so that who you could be can generally rise?